to Roll20 Presents Indie Showcase. It's Grimmmerspace time, and I don't know if it's that grim. I mean, look at this map. There's just blood everywhere and creepy writing on the floor, and somebody's going to come running at me with a hatchet yelling fresh meat probably any minute now.
Well, we did have some old meat literally give us this scornful look of with its one good eye as it decided to walk away and show us its butthole.
Right.
So
it might have been more like pity.
Oh, pity. I see. See, I have a hard time distinguishing disdain and pity.
I refuse to be pitied by a thunk, all right? You know what? That decides the door we want to go through. It's this one. Let's go find that thunk and show him who's who.
Let's do it.
I'll show you who's meat.
Nothing else. It is large and it's still alive. Everything else has been rotting for 2 weeks. I vote he goes in front.
But in a way, aren't all organic things just rotting slowly? Think about it.
Android.
Think about it, biological. Yeah, you're gross.
Yeah.
All right, Lou, take it away. What are we
opening the doors?
Yeah.
Sure. So just to remember to set the scene a little, lights are popping and going off every now and then. A pipe ruptures and vents some steam. There's lights overhead or exposed cable sparking. The emergency lights are going. The sirens that I was playing before, they're a constant lull in the background. You get to this door, and written to the left of it in blood on the wall, it says leave. And written to the right of it in blood on the wall, it says stay. And
this creepy space station is giving me mixed messages.
Yeah.
Gives me an idea for a song about not being able to decide whether you should stay or go.
Oh, damn it. You got to it before I did. I was just waiting for that opening.
I've learned that the most important stat is witticism initiative, and I've got it in spades. Got it in spades.
Here's something else that our android sees, or anyone with dark vision sees, that no one else sees. There's something going on with the gases that have been released and the chemicals that have been released that is crossing your vision and creating sort of temporary lenses where it reveals white protein smear on the walls.
Oh,
I
thought you turned that off.
I think it might be time to pop a charge on my environmental hazard suit. So if I start seeing white protein film start slowly getting close to my pristine engineering suit, I'm gonna get that second skin on.
Right.
I would like to do life sciences again, please.
You don't see these. You would have to have it as a human. You don't see.
All right.
You don't have dark vision. Someone can point it out to you.
I will happily point it out. I'll point to the smear.
And there's a
smear.
You don't see anything on the wall, but what our android sees is a cartoon in white sort of smear, as if written by a child at waist height, showing a smiling family of stick figures with X's for eyes.
Oh my god.
A tiny human has created a diagram of their family unit in this film.
Is there anything special about this family unit?
No, it's just written there.
Are there any more of these smears? Would you say this is an isolated thing, or is this some kind of film festival?
Well, so far in this room, this is the only one that you've seen.
Good. All right.
And is it? I mean, if we've been pointed out to it, is there a chance that I could have Murderbot yet do another scan to see what it was maybe smeared using?
You could,
because I doubt it was chalk. I'm making a solid guess it's not chalk.
You could try to. You could try that.
Go, Murderbot, go analyze the film.
All right, so go ahead and give me like a science or engineering check.
Oh, I'm good at those.
Like film studies or film history.
That was my major. Okay, so I'm gonna do. Do you want to do physical sciences, or would you like me to do engineering?
Let's do engineering. Give me engineering.
Ooh.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Got a 19.
You're able to rig Murderbot to have like an extensible lens that Kingsley could look through and give us a life sciences check.
Okay.
Hey, Kings, put on. I would highly recommend maybe that you use one of your environmental suits, because after seeing Thunky Dunk over there getting all stink eye on us, I probably recommend. Clearly, something turned all of these terrible X-eyed people, so you maybe don't want to get exposed to that.
Yeah, just put your goggles on. We wouldn't want you getting stuff in your.
Put your goggles on. Goggles.
I popped the
17.
correct environmental protections as necessary and do the life sciences thing.
Okay. So you're not 100. Oh, 23.
Ooh.
Okay, so I was about to say you're not 100% sure, but yes, you are very, very sure that this is also human bodily fluid, probably lymph.
Oh
Lymph.
my God.
Lymph.
That sentence could have ended differently. I'm glad that this
So there's also a small green light above the door indicating that it's open, and it slides open when you do. So if this is the door that you're going to go through, it's open.
Oh,
You
hey,
also
did
have-
it?
Oh boy.
You also have a door here. These are the doors you came through.
By all means, Boomer.
Right up the middle.
Why
Let's
don't you
do
go
it.
through the lymph door?
Mm-hmm.
Bam! I go through. Hey, what do I click to track my movement?
Q, and then you can drag, and it'll show you distance.
Yeah, if you
Gotcha.
pick yourself up, you can tap Q and see how.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm in a little hallway thing. It's narrow. Looks like there's more doors to either side. Let's just keep going up the middle.
Yeah, one
Can
of
we
the
go
lights,
on through?
one of the lights pops and goes out.
Hmm.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Appropriate.
There is
Can I
another.
go-
Yeah, hang on. You can absolutely go through that.
Turns out
Just
where
keep-
we're going, you do need eyes to see.
Kicking down doors.
Straight through the middle.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to lurk at the back. I have my pistol out, and I'm like hand over my stealth field, like ready to just be like, nope, just gonna hit the no button.
Before you go in there, let me describe what you see.
All right.
So to the left and the right of the door are two computer monitor stations with desks behind them, and they're sort of angled toward the door. You have to walk between them to enter the room.
Oh.
Off to the
Good
left,
question. So,
kicked over on the ground, are the tape that would make people go in lines like you see at like an airport entrance.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, crowd control. They're gonna love us.
Very, that's another good band name. Very large room. You've got one door up here, one door up here, yet another set of double doors directly across from you, and hanging on the wall there on hooks appear to be a couple of uniforms, possibly station security.
Or Diva.
oh,
Security. Okay. I think this is where we're gonna get the meet and greet.
oh
Again,
God.
because meet is it's a word where if you use a different letter, then it's I like that. That's good. Meet and greet. It's a nice one.
I see. Are the computers on, or are the terminals all dark?
You would have to go in and around to the other side to see, because their
Well-
monitors are not facing you.
Once Murderbot lets me know that there are computers here, that immediately releases.
Boom! Wow! 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 Alarms go off. A spotlight shines on you. More
Ooh.
klaxons start blaring, and I need to get a fortitude save, please. From 30
Okay.
feet.
From everyone within 30 feet. So that's all
Correct.
of us.
Let's see.
Also, Kingsley, were you gonna do something before we just messed it all up?
I was
think-
going to shove Nigel into the middle in case of that.
Our envoy is the only one. So, Cassandra, you're the only one who doesn't have to roll.
Wise.
Fortitude.
There we go.
Buffs, conditions, menus.
5, 10.
Oh, actually, I accidentally rolled it twice.
Adam's got a 4.
I'm trying to find it on the sheet right now.
So it's
save.
it took a second. So it's in menus. It's like a sub menu. So if you go to menus and you click saves, it'll chat at you a yellow box with fort, reflex, and will in it. Then click in that box to get the right save.
Oh, I see. There it is. Let's do.
And shift
He said
double click to
42.
bring up your character sheet. Yeah, okay,
Yeah, that's
great.
right.
There we
You
go.
can shift click there.
Okay, all three of you are deafened.
What?
Okay,
All
we're
three of
everything.
you are deafened.
What?
You were standing. I see
Alright,
what you did there.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So you acquired the deafened condition, which of course limits certain perception and makes you fail hearing-based perception. You had a speaker mounted in the wall when he went through. It's like burr, burr, right in your ear. But despite the fact that it's hard to hear each other and your ears are all ringing, reminding you of that time you dropped into a combat zone, you can take it to that computer and take a look.
Yeah, well, I'm now immediately going to look for all the sex systems and trying to see if I can find out where this alarm's triggered off and bypass it so I can turn it off.
Sure. Go ahead. Give me a computers check.
I like my computers.
Great.
Beep, boop, beep. You
So
did it.
very, very quickly, you are able to locate. You can turn off the sirens, deactivate the security screening. You can even turn off the background klaxons that have been, constantly going.
The klaxons are really comforting, I think, at this point, and I'd rather have them on than off. But I will definitely turn off the deafening alarm that's in here right now. And I'm not terribly interested in turning off any security systems yet, because I'd like to try to maybe use them to see if I can get access to cameras in this thing.
Okay, well, interestingly enough, you are able to, as you're looking at the screens, you realize you hadn't noticed before, but nearly every single door has a security camera above it. And excuse me, every single door has a security camera above it, and you go to access those cameras, and instead you discover code. You discover somebody else's code rewritten over the security protocols, and you're able to determine that somebody has been here and hacked them before you, and you can't get access to the camera.
I want to hack their hack.
Well, you're the biggest hack I know, so good luck.
You do, however, locate a you do, however, locate and are able to print out a map of the station, like a general map of the station.
Oh, okay. I'll put it into my data pad. So
over on the printer, you find a couple of others that had been printed out and were on the floor. Somebody stepped on one. So here's what you're able to see.
Fecal recycling. Yeah.
Straightforward. So we're in control right now?
No, you are down.
We are definitely not in control right now.
Yeah.
We're in the docking bay. Okay, got it.
You are in the docking bay.
Okay, cool.
And Nigel pulls out one of these and goes, "Oh, Shauna sent me one of these. I guess I should have shown you earlier."
All right.
Yes, Nigel, that would have been helpful.
Once again, Nigel's good for doing nothing. Oligarchy.
When
Huh?
we're done here, we're going to have a meeting about Nigel. Nigel, you're not invited.
Well, since I'm the one who gets you gigs, he gets all in a snit and he's
Yes, Nigel, you've done such a lovely job getting us a gig here in this horrific nightmare. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, it sounds like that's about as much as I can get out of the terminal right now, right? Is basically a readout and not access to the cameras, but at least is there any other like potential clearance or anything else that I could take with me that would help me get to, say, the control station? Like, do I know if there's a different level of clearance to get to control versus the docking bay?
No, it doesn't seem that there are security locks on the doors. You are able to see that there are more than one way to reach control. But it does, as far as you can tell, there's nothing there's no security lock that would prevent you from going there. You do see, however, that your slingshot ferry is reporting that it's in lockdown mode and that you could contract traffic control.
Traffic control. Great.
So let's just go to control, yeah?
I think control makes sense. I'm having a moment where I'm trying to decide if I want to Jurassic Park it and unlock all of the cages. Open all of the cages. Let them free. No, I won't do that.
The security station reveals the docking bay. It doesn't seem to have access. It's hardwired not to have access to the rest of the station.
Totally get it. All right. I look towards Boomer, who has the biggest gun.
I'll go in front, but
Jordan.
I looked at Kingsley as our face person. I feel like
Yes.
we're gonna be meeting control. Like
No.
Kingsley is-
Go, guns first. But
Guns
people-
first. No, I'll go first. But which way should we go?
Kingsley is alone back here.
I'm going to sneak up to people slowly. Yes. Hello.
So you've got a door here. You've got a door here. The doors you came through. Another set of double doors here.
Huh. So I have a question.
Sure.
Do we know what is the most efficient way to get to control?
Well, looking at the map, it looks like there's some sort of either stanchion or corridor that angles up to it. Otherwise, it looks like the top of those two silos are connected to control.
Maybe just straight through the middle, big doors all the way.
Sure. Let's go big or go home in body bags.
Yes.
Shot through the heart.
All
Kick
right.
open the door.
Okay, hang on. You're able to open that.
Oh God.
Let's
So-
see. What does it say? Something that we are food.
I
They
think
know
that's
that
all
we
there
are
is to
food.
it.
I'm telling you, the thunks have risen.
Oh,
They're taking their meaty, delicious digits and they're starting a revolution.
All right. So you're able to make out after walking up and down the corridor that it says, "Except that we are food." And on another wall, it says, "It comes."
Oh.
Oh.
Explains
And-
the film.
In that same white protein marks, there is a pattern of tiny handprints that runs along one wall and then gets denser and denser until it collects at the far corner and shaped like some sort of pointless rendition of a creature.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
There is a pop overhead. A pipe begins to vent some steam.
Let's kick through the next door.
Okay.
This is what this is what you have me for.
That's true.
The doors directly in front of you, above them, it says shipping department.
Shipping department.
Yes, it says shipping department.
It's where all the nerds sit and imagine who's in love with who.
Yeah. There's probably some good stuff in there though. Let's do it. Kick them open.
All right.
Pa!
Right. Okay, when you kick open that door, the first thing that happens is a hydraulic line in the door snaps and vents, and it begins to vent a greasy, hot mist.
Ooh, it's grease. It's bacon grease. It's thunk grease.
And that covers an area about this big. Whoops. Hang on. Put this on there. In a kind of hot hydraulic spray.
Oh, I'm in the
And-
hot shower.
Boomer and what's your character's name again, Ivan?
Brackus.
Dracus. Boomer and Dracus are caught in it, and I need you to both give me fortitude saves.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
I still have my environmental stuff on.
Same.
Does that help?
Yes, it
Got
does.
visors. Yeah.
It does help.
Fortitude.
Oh yeah.
God damn.
This ain't nothing. I've
So
been in
fortitude.
places way greasier.
Okay. So Boomer's like, and you can step wherever you like. Dracus, however, you've been sort of caught in that.
I'm at 13. So sorry.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah.
And I also need a perception check from Wilson.
I can do that. I have that ability. Maybe. Let's see. I am 16 perceptive.
Okay. All right. I know what's happening there. So this hot spray is everywhere. It obscures vision. Dracus, you can't see into the hallway. Boomer, you can't see out of your square. The rest of you just see this shaded mist with like figures moving in it.
Oh.
And I would like everyone to tell me one thing that they would like to do.
Go ahead.
I guess I'll walk forward out of the spray cloud with Clementine, the artillery laser, at the ready.
Okay, and moving deeper into that room.
Yeah.
All right, because of your fortitude save, you're able to do that.
I will roll away from the jet of hot funk grease, presumably, and get on the other side of Murderbot, on the flip side of him. So more towards the northern part of it.
Okay, that's what you're going to do.
Right here. Start right here.
Cassandra, what is your character going to do?
Be very faintly disappointed in everyone.
Hey, I didn't do anything. I'm hanging out with you here, not getting greased up like these nerds.
Fair. I inch out of the doors and not within reach of the spray, but if anyone comes close enough for me to yank back away from the spray and the horrors within it, I will. But aside from that, I'm just staying here with the android.
Okay. Now something happens that none of you out in the corridor sees. Wilson, only you see this. You're watching this play out as everyone is moving around, caught in the mist, scrambling to get away, and you hear something behind you. And you turn around,
Sure do.
and you see this. Only Wilson.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Only Wilson sees this. He's standing right behind you, Wilson, wearing the rubber apron. He's got one of these double saws on one arm, and in the other hand, he looks like he's holding some sort of tuning fork, and he jams it into you.
Good. Fantastic. Great. So he's just like, he's come up around the corner and it's just like right here in front of me, or?
He had moved up right behind you. Unheard.
Cool.
Now he's checking your melody.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to know if a 24 hits your kinetic armor class.
Probably.
I'm going to imagine that
I think it's a 15. Let me
Okay.
double check. Yes. Yeah.
So he jams this thing into you. Boom. You take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
And then he smiles and pushes a button on it. And a giant bolt of electricity arcs from the end of it. And I need a fortitude save.
Okay. Got a 15.
Okay. The electricity zaps into you. And everything goes dark. Now, the two of you in the mist, go ahead and give me a perception check, and Envoy, give me a perception check.
Okay.
I'm looking at a 16.
Okay, so you're still deaf and you're encased in hot, greasy mist. You don't know that any of this is happening.
So none of us notice.
No. So Nigel is out there trying to read the stuff on the ground, but he doesn't read very well. And your envoy has entered the hallway. And when you turn around, Wilson's gone.
Lovely.
Is there anything that just because Murderbot with sensors and array things like that would have maybe picked up anything?
That's right. Give me a perception check for Murderbot.
Murderbot.
Also weird knocking has started at like 8:30 in my building, and it's just adding to the fucking atmosphere right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Murderbot don't know nothing.
Not even Murderbot notices. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm still charging forward out of the greasy club from Blade up here.
Yes. So you also see something unusual in that room. And I'm going to show you something that only you see.
Me? Boomer?
Yes, Boomer.
Okay.
Only Boomer sees this. What is that?
There is literally someone knocking on my floor.
Do I see?
Only Boomer sees this.
Oh God.
So Boomer, what you're seeing in this shipping department room is that there's glass that runs up to the ceiling atop like a wood divider that runs from here to here, each partitioned with little holes in the window like you would walk up to a bank teller. Right here, however, there is a
where you're pointing, I can't see. Like, I'm still restricted to only seeing my square.
Oh, okay. So you don't see the red dot that I'm showing?
Let's see.
Like
I'm not really seeing anything right now except for just the square that I'm in.
Here's why. Do you see it now?
Yo, yeah, the ping.
Okay. So from here to here is this counter that you would expect at like a post office or a bank teller.
Okay.
Right here, there's a section of counter. There's no glass that goes to the ceiling right there. There's a section of counter that could lift up so you could go behind there. But
Okay.
sitting on the other side of it in a chair is the image that I showed you.
Nice.
And after peering at it a little bit, you're pretty sure that that is a corpse propped up in a chair with a thunk head stuck on top of it.
All right.
Okay, now, bear with me for 1 second. You take a round to get out of the mist in either direction, and you look around. Does that loads you up? Okay. Everybody gets to make one more perception check.
All right. Ooh, man, my visor is still just covered in
That's
lymph.
Okay. So, Cassandra.
Yes.
Tell me your character's name again.
Kingsley.
Kingsley hears a hiss and of a door opening and shut in the room that you just left.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look in there, Wilson is gone. And the door that leads out of the room has a little red light over it indicating that it's locked.
Oh boy.
And Wilson is nowhere to be seen.
Oh boy.
Wilson!
Thank you. I was waiting for that.
Wilson!
So I am very concerned with the situation. Has the grease stopped spraying yet?
No, it's filling that corridor. No one's tried to do anything about that.
You have
Can I do a perception check to see if it's connected to any kind of mechanism?
Absolutely. Go ahead. Give me a perception check. Because Wilson's disappearance is less important than finding a valve.
Because Wilson disappeared behind me. I'm terrible at weapons. The only other two people who have any idea how to fight are on the other side of that grease.
All right, go ahead. That's absolutely true.
You've also got that sweet epoxy that you could just start shoving bonded epoxy in there.
Okay.
That is my next.
It's actually pretty easy to identify a panel on the wall that back in this corner over here.
I pull out the pistol and inch very carefully over the said panel and flip it open and hopefully turn off the switch in there. The other hand has epoxy gun just in case.
Okay.
Glue and lasers.
So you're able to get over there and open the panel, and sure enough, there's like a hydraulic valve in there, but you can't do anything about it this round. Wilson, I need you to give me a fortitude save, please.
Okay, waiting. You can
Waiting.
do it. Here we go. It's taking a second.
All right.
Another fort save?
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah, push it through. If it goes twice, just take the first one.
Great.
It's a 4.
You don't wake up. So
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. Next round. So another round has gone by. Anybody want to do something else?
Still trying to go forward, like, and examine the rest of that room.
Okay, so there's a door. Oops. Yeah, there's a door down here. Behind
Is
the
it
counter.
is it totally dark in there?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's what I showed you sitting in this chair. There's a door back here. There's a door back here. There are, as you inch around the rooms, you find stacks of packaging, old packages in self-sealing bags, and hanging on the wall is a little sign that says, "Your emergency is not our problem."
Thanks. Good.
Nice.
Okay.
That's an OSHA guideline.
Okay. So you
Can
can move yourself into the room. What do you want to do, Dracus?
I'd like to get to the other side, back into the crowd control area where, I do not know Wilson disappeared, but I definitely just want to get out of this gunky spray area.
You can do that. At first you were stuck slipping a little, but you can get out of there and you can move into the crowd control area. You notice that there's no sign of Wilson.
Yeah, I'm not able to move my character, unfortunately, but and then I'd like to see if I can just have Murderbot follow our good friend Boomer as well. So because I can keep in calm with Murderbot at least. So
yes. Okay. And then
there we go. Now we can
right,
see.
So that happens. Let's see.
There's Boomer.
And now we need Wilson to give us another fortitude save.
Okay, I can do that. Let's see here.
Did the grease turn off?
No one's done it. No one's done anything
Nah,
about
I got
that.
an 8.
I'm waiting to pull the switch when it's my turn.
You can go ahead and do that.
Squonk.
So you're like, all right, turn it. The hydraulic to the door gets cut off, and the steam quits hissing out of there.
At which point I lean over and shout very loudly that Wilson is missing. Oh God.
And confirm, in this area, Wilson's gone.
Ooh.
I look over and say, I just said that.
I
I just said that.
I turn and run back that direction.
Okay. So you can all get back into the room if you want, and you see that the door that leads out of it, the double doors, have a little red light over them, and it's
I'm going to go and see if I can get back over to that computer terminal that I initially used to turn off the klaxon and see if there's any kind of comp check or something that I can use to override the lock.
Okay, go ahead. Give me a computers check.
Like to type on computers. There we go. Boom.
Yeah, you're absolutely able to unlock it.
Cool. All right. And does Murderbot maybe have any forensics in its custom suit, just to kind of get an idea of, like, is there any drag marks? Can we clearly see, or was he just like lumped over whatever could have taken him shoulder kind of a situation? Murderbot, see if you can track down Wilson's suit code. See if you can get a beat on him.
Okay, so next round you can make another computers check to do that. Murderbot is not picking up any tracks of any sort or able to see anything at this time.
Yeah. Wait a second, Dracus. Can Murderbot track us by our suits? That seems a little creepy.
No.
I would like to review the logs about Murderbots.
I secretly send a code to purge Murderbot's internal memory immediately. I have not been having. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Not at all. Okay, so now what I need is I need Boomer to give me a perception check, and I need Wilson to give me another fortitude save.
3, man. Somebody please clean my visor.
Oh my god. Okay, and also we'll have Dracus and Kingsley also give me a perception check.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Okay, so Kingsley and Dracus are in the room, and they do notice that directly behind Boomer, the door suddenly locks.
Great.
Oh.
Just unlocked my. How many doors do I have to keep unlocking?
It seems like it's funneling us to the north.
Oh.
Okay, and then one more time, Wilson, I need another fortitude save from you.
It's right there. 12.
Okay. So, all right, Dracus and
Dracus would like to go through the door that I just unlocked and see if I and or Murderbot can divine any potential area that Wilson could have been drugged through.
all right, go ahead and give me a perception check. You do not notice that, but you do notice that the door to the north of you is locked. There's a little red light above it.
So the little one, and it probably wasn't locked beforehand. Okay. I'm going to have Murderbot stay with me in case more phantom doors like to lock. So and I'll come back into the room and let Boomer and Kingsley, thank you. So Boomer and Kingsley know, well, whoever took Wilson is locking all the doors behind them, and they seem to be heading north. So we can either see if we can go around and intercept where they are I can stay here and try to bypass doors as you guys clear through.
Let's try going north.
Yeah. Let's not break up the group any further. None of us need solo careers right now.
Nightingale's
All
like,
right.
I'm sticking by Boomer.
I go kick open one of these doors. I've still got grease all over my faceplate, but I just say, point me at whoever needs to die.
Okay, which door? The one on the right?
The one
on the left.
to my left. There we go.
To your left here.
All right, yeah.
Okay. That door you can absolutely open up. And inside you find total wreckage. Like someone has smashed bunks off the wall. They've twisted them into piles of metal. They stacked it all way up in the back.
Yay.
Barricades.
Okay.
Perception check as I peer worriedly into the room.
Okay, so you give me that perception check, please.
1 second. My character is very nervous. I don't know if anyone else noticed.
So Kingsley, yes, you're absolutely able to make out as you peer into the room that there's something living in the stack of trash piled up at the far end. And with a burst of squealing, a massive thunk bolts out and charges straight.
Glue gun.
Yeah, we're gonna leave you there for a moment. There you go. And we're going to pop back to Wilson. Wilson, you wake up.
Okay.
First thing you notice is that your arm is tied to a big metal table. So is your other arm. So are both your feet. Someone has spread eagled you out on a metal table like you'd find in a hospital or a lab. And
baby.
with thunk leather straps tied you like this.
Okay.
The next thing you notice is there's another little table off to the side, and you see that prod that was the last thing you remember seeing before the electricity jolted you, sitting there with 3 sets of 4 more piles of these binders. 1, 2, 3 more, 4 more. Like all lined up neatly, just waiting for someone to tie down. What you also see is this guy.
I don't have a sight on my token, so I can't see anything. If I'm supposed to be seeing.
You are supposed to be seeing things.
Okay.
Hang
Yeah,
on.
it worked. It worked when I got knocked out, but I haven't got it back. There we go. Okay, cool.
Okay. You see that guy off by the wall
Mhm.
where he's got another one of those giant double-bladed saws is hanging on the wall with a rubber glove dangling from it. And
Okay.
he's singing to himself. He's singing, meat, 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 meat. Who's gonna get the promotion? This guy. And he's just singing and humming to himself and putting on the second saw blade.
Is this the same voice that we heard at the end of the recording or the transmission that we heard earlier?
It is.
Okay, yeah, I thought so.
And he's going, meat, 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 meat. Gonna take a vacation, not anywhere cheap. Gonna get me some meat because it's time to stack him. And he's rambling on like this. Meat, 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 meat.
Yeah.
Okay. So that happens. What would you like to do?
How easy do I think it would be to like get out of these binders? Like, could I slip out of them, or because I'm pretty good at that shit? Yeah,
You
so-
are. You might be able to make a. I believe it's a. I think it's an acrobatics check for
Okay.
actually escaping, or
Okay.
you could try to break it. You could.
Yeah,
do
I'm
that.
definitely not feeling trying to break it. Do I have? I'm gonna do a quick inventory of my stuff. Do I have my knife on me?
Yes. Anything that was in your hands.
Yeah.
Fell to the ground.
Yeah, I presume I dropped my gun in the other room, and
Right.
that's all I was holding. Okay.
Everything else that was on you was untouched.
Okay, so I got the sword that I snagged at the beginning. I got the knife.
Correct.
It looks like this. That's a door right there.
That is a door.
Okay. All right.
There's a locked door here, and there is a huge combat drone with a saddle on it.
Sure.
Standing over there, and white stenciled letters across the front of it, Schwang.
Is there anywhere in this room that I could like hide? Like, can I hide that I can see? Obviously, I can't see under the table that I'm on, but is there like a cabinet or something I can hide behind or under if I were to get to it?
There's not. There's either the
Yeah.
metal table you're on, the smaller table over here, and across these back walls, you see what look like 8 or 10 charging stations. Some of them with wires hanging out of them, clearly ripped from somewhere else in the station.
Okay.
So if you want to give me an acrobatics check, we can see if you can.
I mean, getting free of the binders is only gonna be a first step. Like, if I get my hands and feet free, then there's still nowhere to go if that door is locked. Does the butcher over there have like a key card hanging off of him, or like how is he unlocking and locking these doors?
That is an excellent question.
Yeah.
There is no visible way that he's doing that. He does have an exocortex implant,
Right.
and there is a custom rig on his arm, and he does have a drone following him.
Sure. So it might be that the station is just recognizing him as he's approaching the doors.
Hard to say.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not really in any position to like, I'm fairly confident I could get free from the table, but there's nowhere to go. And if I'm locked in here, there needs to be a reason for him to leave. So I think I will wait for now and see if my friends can cause enough of a distraction or cause something to happen that'll get him to like leave the room.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So
but I'm waiting for that opportunity.
I'm good at distracting.
Let's talk about those friends of yours.
Yeah. I'm waiting for an opportunity. So let me know when it comes up and I'll try to slip free and hide or run off or whatever.
They've opened up a door and this massive thunk comes charging straight out. Okay.
Glue gun.
Wow.
Definitely glue gun.
Right. Yeah. Epoxy that fool.
I need a reflex save from both Boomer and who have we got right behind Boomer?
Murderbot.
Murderbot.
Yeah, Murderbot would like to do something as well too if he has an opportunity.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I got a 9,
that-
but if they're trying to trip me, it's 11.
Right. Okay, so let's get ourselves into initiative order.
Yeah.
So
How did I do that again? On this thing?
everyone roll their initiative.
So
Okay.
you should be able to, click on yourself and then there should be an initiative.
Wow, that was bad.
That was bad. That's very
Jeez.
bad.
That's
Well, that's cool. Okay, so for folks who are watching at home, the initiative order shows decimal place. That's not because we're rolling a die with the capability of generating those. It's a tiebreaker based on your base dexterity modifier. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that 8.3, 5.1, it's just to break it up if we end up in a similar.
Oh, and a tiebreaker.
Similar
Okay.
position. Yeah.
Dewey Decimals. I just thought that was the code of where you could find more information about us at the library.
Yeah, find out when to take your turn in section 8.03. So it's a very interesting system. Everything's rolled on a D1000. We can calculate our initiative to 26 digits.
Okay, so we had an 11. Unfortunately, that's not high enough. The thunk comes charging, slams into you, inflicts.
Slams into me.
Slams into you, Boomer, inflicts 4 points of damage and sends you flying into a wall. Boom,
Oh no!
onto the ground.
That's that green one in the middle, right?
Actually, I'm totally wrong. You got to go first. The thunk
Yeah.
Boomer sees the thing charging.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm hoping I can get a shot off while it runs
Boomer,
at
you've
me.
seen a terrible future in which you are slammed to the ground and killed.
Yeah. Sudden flash.
Potency.
What are you gonna do, Boomer?
Has it already reached me, or can I take a shot without incurring an attack of opportunity
You
as
can
it
absolutely
comes at me?
You could absolutely take a shot without incurring attack of opportunity. It is charging in you right for you.
All right. So as I peer through, I finally wipe the grease from my visor just in time to see this thing coming at me. But that's exactly what I'm designed for. So I level Clementine and just whoop, 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 take the shot.
All right.
And that's when Boomer blew a hole in the side of the station and killed us all.
How do I? What do I click? I thought I knew what to click to make it.
Just
So
click
the-
on your weapon in equipment, right?
Yep. And it'll automatically.
You have a section under attacks. Yeah, under weapon armor proficiencies. There's attacks there you can just click onto.
Yeah, I'm clicking on it and it's not doing anything.
Go to your chat.
So what it'll do is when you click it,
Oh,
give you
there
a
we go.
pop-up. Yeah,
Sorry.
and then you have to confirm the pop-up. And it might be under your sheet.
Yeah.
You could fire twice, which is what a full attack is, or you can just fire the one time and move.
I'll take the one just to be safe. No wait. I'm gonna fire twice. Bam.
Yeah. Get this nerd.
Okay, both of those hit with no problem. The thing is charging straight at you. Its tongue is hanging out, and you're like, woof, 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 and you blast right through its chest, and black and red spray comes out the back, and it stumbles to one leg, and then you hit it again in the front, and then it dirts out right at your feet.
Yes. That was an artillery laser. That's quite the noise. Hopefully that was a distraction.
Yeah. Woof, 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 woof. Okay. So that happens. Then that brings us to.
So I presume I can hear all this happening, right? Like it's not that far away. I saw y'all pinging. You're over here someplace.
Yeah, I would say that at this point, it's definitely a case enough rounds have gone by that your ears are beginning to clear, so you're not deaf anymore.
I'm more interested in whether Chunky Monkey over here hears it as well.
Yeah, let's find out.
Yeah, because I'm waiting for him to move.
Let's roll his perception. Yeah, so he's like, gonna stack me some meat because I'm the best meat stacker. Gonna meat. And he starts walking over this way.
Beware, allies, you face the Baconator.
Right? And he gets over to there. And here's what you notice. He doesn't touch the door. He doesn't appear to do anything. Just as he walks up, it slides to green.
Mm-hmm.
And he heads out.
Yeah. Cool.
And out of your view.
Nice. Can I make that attempt to slip out of my bonds now?
Yes, we will pull ourselves out of. Well, let's see. Do I have?
I'm also happy like taking action and then rolling initiative if we want to keep tracking it in order. But if they've murdered that big goofy dude, then maybe they don't need to.
Yeah, no, we're good. So yeah, go ahead and make that time. So you get left behind in the room.
Perfect.
Doesn't even lock the
He
door.
takes his
behind
noble steed with him.
Yes, and the drone goes trundling out, and you see on the leather of the saddle that there are blood stains.
Sure. I just assume everything has blood stains unless you tell me it's not covered in blood. You see a door, it's clean.
Right.
Very suspicious.
Yeah, so go ahead and give me the escape. Okay, so that works.
I
So
got
you get one of the straps off.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, and then I'll just use my free hand to like get the other one. And,
Right.
like,
So you get every
free
time you
myself.
get a strap off, you're going to get another +5. But
Okay.
it's one roll per strap. You're able to sit up a little. Blood stains the entire floor. You see a box in the back that has like a prosthetic arm sticking out of it.
Mhm.
That's where you are.
Yeah. Yeah. My priority is just getting myself free as fast as possible. So.
Okay. So back
Mhm.
back in the other room, you've slain this creature who was charging at you. What would you like to do?
Murderbot puts its hand on Boomer's shoulder and goes, "That was an excellent killing force that you just reprimanded upon that."
Thank you. I thought it was a pretty sick groove.
You just hear a shout from another room. You're flat. It's flat.
It's flattened.
Nigel is dripping sweat and sort of inching over to the door this way.
Which way?
Right here, but it's locked. Or no, it's unlocked at this point. So he's got the door open and he's like absolutely terrified.
I go over and grab him by the collar and drag him very carefully back.
Yeah.
And push him right in front and past the Tunk body.
Right into this room?
Right into that room and point. You're the manager, lead us.
Well, there's nothing in here.
Well, then just keep going.
He walks to the back of the room and kicks some of the trash. He's like, I don't know what you want me to do.
I think maybe Dracus and Murderbot are going to try the second door to the right and see, or the door that is to the right of the original one, see if that has a throughway for us.
Okay, sure, go ahead.
All right, so Murderbot will come through. It looks like another dead end. So
it's a bathroom. Someone has rampaged through one of its stalls. Two store doors are ripped off, but one stall door is sort of jammed shut. There's water spraying out from a smashed sink, and there's like a thin layer of water on the floor. And
if I've learned anything from video games, I'm not going to open any of these stalls.
Yeah, no, go in there, turn and look at the mirror as soon as possible. And
That's the first thing you do.
Mm-hmm.
So Murderbot will do its peripheral scan, and then Dracus will go, well, I think that if we're going to continue going north, we better go back into the hallway and try one of the doors forward.
Give me a perception check, please.
Okay. Yeah. And Kingsley, would you mind pushing our good friend manager through the next door?
Absolutely not. I turn around to Nigel, grinning gleefully, grab him and shove him through the next door again.
What? Into here?
Whichever that Dracus indicated, please.
Okay, Dracus, you notice that there's a vent, there's a drain in the floor of one of the stalls where the door's been ripped off. And there is blood coming from the other stall and going into the one with the closed door, going into that.
Oh, lovely.
So there's blood coming in from a closed door that's going into the drain. So,
Correct.
Or is there blood coming up from the drain and it's spilling out through the stall?
No, it's flowing into the drain.
Flowing into the drain. Well, that's what drains do. They catch blood, so it's appropriate. And I'm going to just check in my equipment real quick because there's a part of me that wants to use if I have a blast charge or something. I just want to get through this wall since we're clearly getting locked out every way.
Do you need a moment alone in the bathroom to place
I
this
do.
blast
I
charge?
do.
I can't do it if you're looking.
What if I've got some grenades? She's got a glue gun.
I've got a frag grenade too. So little unconventional here, but I'm going to take Murderbot and I'm going to place the grenade in its hand and I'm going to have it come up to the end of this bathroom here and see if it can rig it with maybe your epoxy, Kingsley, and see if we can make a tiny little debt charge here. We're just gonna kit bash, a little charge. Just
Sure. Okay, I get the plan. So you're able to do that. Nigel watches Murderbot trundle by like with a grenade.
I missed that reaction. Hold on.
Epoxy it to the wall and it like clicks in Nigel's head. He's like, oh no! Starts running out of the room as fast as he can. Murderbot trundles out. The grenade goes off. Kaboom!
And we're all definitely clearing sides. Like this is, I want to make it very clear that we're not like in anywhere of the blast radius. We're on either side of it.
Understood. The blast radius goes. In fact, you can put it here so it's against this doorway. Like against the side of the stall.
By this time, how many limbs can I have attempted to free? I would like to know how many of my arms and legs I've got available.
Give me 1 round to go in there, another round. You get 3 more tries. So all right.
So you're 35 on my next one.
Yeah.
And then I'm getting plus 10, so 28.
28.
And then a plus 15.
So
I'm good. Yeah. All right.
You're out.
Cool.
So one of the saws is hanging on the wall. One of those giant double saws with the rubber glove dangling from it.
I imagine probably before I get a chance to do anything, there's like an explosion, right? Like,
yes.
Okay. Cool. Well,
You get off, you're like, I'm free. And you're here.
Maybe that's a good fade out point. Maybe we can take a break there as Ivan blows up the station. It's fine. You know what, Ivan? It's the only way to be sure. Let's just take out the whole place. It's
fine. Sometimes if you don't have a door, you just gotta make a door.
That's right. God gives you a toilet, you make up an explosive. So I don't know. It's fine. I backed up my brain before all this.
I'm so sorry. I just want to make sure it's here too. We're not putting it in. I know we talked about the stall, but I'm trying to ping here. Is it alt click or which ping?
Left click and hold.
Okay.
And it'll ping in the whatever your color is.
So right here, this wall. Cool.
Yep.
All right, great.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Great.
Yeah,
great.
Let's grab a break here and we'll come back to the scene of the carnage and see what happens with your explosive. Cool. All right.
No one has done this before.
Stick around. We'll be right back to see if we're all doomed and this is a very short one shot. Don't go anywhere.